starting live with silence. I was waiting for something there, Andrew. Why? It's got to be like a trademark thing, man. What are you doing?
I wanted to mess you up.
Hey, I was sitting there waiting for something. A little bit of a swear word or.
I
Jesus.
feel like that was the
All right.
longest wait ever as
The
well.
regulars from the land of the long white cloud, Mr. Dan, between the bricks. How are you, man?
What's up, people? I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good, man. Good to hear. Obviously, cheap jokes. How
Hello.
you been, brother? How's Melbourne going?
It's locked down.
Not like you left your house anyway. And BILSY, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm always here.
And this week's guest, it is episode 11. This week we're going to talk Lego trucking. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure you've been like on every single stream in our chat. So, it's only a matter of time before you actually come on our stream. So welcome, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No worries. And already in the chat, we got Graham. How are you, champion?
Hey, Graham. How you going?
Sam,
hey, Sam. Hi, Sam.
There we go. We got the important regulars in on the chat. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So and I guess a side note before we kick into the Lego, we met in a former life before Lego, the love of Lego as well.
We did. We absolutely did. And of the most random occurrence too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not sure if I messaged you this, BILSY, but my brother had a friend suggestion on Facebook, and it was BILSY. And this was long before I had the pleasure of reconnecting with you. But I said, how did that happen? So we decided to do a little bit of stalking, and upon noticing that about the third or fourth profile picture that you had in there was a picture of my brother's truck. So my brother had a little yellow Hilux, and it was airbagged, and it had the big wheels and all that sort of thing. Really, really nice. And I went, that's pretty random. So look, there's every chance that I have bumped into you on many occasions and had no connection whatsoever. And lo and behold, here we are. It's sharing similar hobbies. Very strange.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not wasting money now on Lego. It used to be wasting money on cars that obviously now we look back and weren't really worth spending all them thousands on.
No, and it's funny. I look back on how much cash I sort of spent on cars, and I sometimes regret the amount of coin that went into them. But at the same token, look, we wouldn't be where we are without this life experience. So it is what it is.
And for those that are wondering, Michael had a very expensive Festiva, I guess was the pinnacle car.
Yep. And, it was the fastest, most powerful Festiva in the country, and it held a record of being the third fastest in the world for quite some time. And then obviously other people got financially into it, and then I lost that title.
Just like Lego. So let's talk Lego trucking and Lego bits and pieces. So for those that do lurk around the Lego pages, and I'm just going to screen share, and we'll throw the first one up I want to talk about. The one that was in today's, I guess, the Instagram thumbnail was this beast.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, I guess a lot of the stuff you can't just go and easily buy, which is chrome.
Yes, just the chrome. Yes.
But fill us in. What's the fascination in trucks and Lego trucks?
So I guess it will be a very boring story, but basically when I had a child and the child got to around the age of 6 years of age, he started sort of playing with Lego, and we bought him the Lego truck that's got the little cars on the back. It's a little Lego City truck, and it's got sort of two little sort of cars on the back, a little transporter.
Yep.
And so basically, I looked at that and went, that's a pretty poor excuse for a model, and I started modifying it, and from there it went to my first mock design. So I'm going back 4 years now. It was my very first attempt at doing a mock. And then from there it went to the second mock, and then I joined the Lego trucking group, and then everything just snowballed out of control from there. I think you find when you spend your time hanging around people who are passionate and supportive and share very, very similar sort of ideas and designs, it's so rewarding and it pushes you to strive for something further. So the 14 wide trucks came about because I saw a version of the Coke truck that you see, and I saw a version of it online, and I just thought, you know what, that logo is beautiful, but the truck, I wasn't, you know, it was nice, but I just think, you know, I could have maybe had a bit of a crack at it myself. I'm trying to be as polite as I can because I don't want to diss the original designer, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a crack at this, and here we are, some 8 models later, and you know, each truck consuming anywhere between 6,000 and 10,000 parts.
Jesus.
Yeah,
So,
look, it's getting out of control.
I can imagine,
Okay.
especially like, you know, when you build with the trucks and the sizes that you do. Like, for instance, let's share this page. So this is the one that you've got in front of you.
Yes.
Just there as well.
Yes.
How many? And I'm assuming this photo is so clean because it's a rendering of what you've built.
Yes.
And how many? First off, how many trailers does this truck have?
Okay, so this one's got 4 trailers. It's called a BAB quad in Australia, and they do exist. They use them to transport fuel across the Nullarbor up to Northern Territory, back to South Australia. So there's an A trailer and a B trailer, so it looks like a B double, and then there's a dolly in the middle, which is like a little sort of, I guess, like a little platform that the next set of trailers go onto. So there's an A trailer, a B trailer, a dolly, an A trailer, and a B trailer. So there's 4 large trailers and then the dolly in the middle. So this one has 2,900 millimeters. So it's just shy of 3 meters long.
Wow.
Far out. How many pieces is in that one? Maybe do you have a count for that?
Not that I'm counting, but 9,980. I'm just trying to squeeze 20 parts into it to make the 10K, but there's not much point really.
Wow.
10,000 p. That's insane, man. And then, so say for instance, like, you know, other than referencing off photos or building the truck, is this one, or you know, even the Coke or the black one, are these real trucks you've modeled off, or that you're going from photos, or what you want to build, or like how do you start your design?
Look, I have to admit there's inspiration that I see on the road when I'm driving, when I'm out. Apart from that, I don't model them off anything. I don't base them off anything. It's just what I think looks cool.
This one's my favorite. This one looks really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And keeping it relevant with a Lego brick there too. That kind of nails.
Yeah, so that brick is enormous. That brick is 26 studs across and 46 studs long.
Wow.
And I've got the brick built, but I've still got to do the studs on the top. But again, I really just need to finish one project at a time and move on to the next. But I guess when I'm buying the parts, I tend to go for the cheaper parts first and leave the more expensive parts till last, which can bring me unstuck because I've got bags and bags of unfinished projects and waiting for the special parts to come.
Was that designed on the brick that they delivered to the Lego house? I remember seeing a big brick on the back of a truck. Was it for Lego House or Legoland or something like that?
Yes. I do have an image of that somewhere, and that was the inspiration for that truck, definitely.
I'm having a Google trying to find it, but yeah, I don't know what to
I think it's a 1x4 brick.
Oh, right.
Oh, so what, someone
Oh, there it is.
real life,
I got
eh?
it. Yeah. I'll send it through to you, BILSY.
All right. So you send it through and I'll pop it up on the screen.
Oh. Stand by.
Standing by.
Just chat amongst yourselves for a moment.
Sure.
Okay, let's just have a quick hello in the chat. Henry, how are you, champion? Good for you to
Hey,
drop
Henry,
in.
how's it going, dude?
Give us a wave,
Happy-
man, and
Happy birthday for yesterday. Boom.
Yes, happy birthday, Henry, for yesterday.
And I hope you saved my photo as a background. Stani, how are you, champion?
Stani.
Another.
Thank you so much, Sonny. Appreciate that, mate. Big fan.
Marky V, How cool is the yellow truck? Yeah, the yellow truck is obviously my
Actually,
favorite.
I have to admit, of all the trucks, my favorite at current is the green one with the giant dozer on the back. If you got a picture of that one, I'm very, very, very fond of that one. That's my go-to at the moment.
Is that on that Lego trucking page?
Now it is, but I'm going to send you.
Okay. I'm
going to send you one.
What I'll do, I'll bring up that other photo that we're talking about.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is.
That's pretty
right,
cool.
So I've just sent that one through, BILSY, and yeah, I think this is going to be the one that I'm most looking forward to building.
I'm all over the place here. You can just watch while I'm clicking around. It's all good. All right. Oh wow. Okay, so explain what's going on there then.
So that is a 14 wide truck, same scale as everything else. The front truck is pulling the back truck, which is pulling the load. The mining truck that's on the back I actually bought off Free Brickable because I could not build it for myself. I just couldn't physically get my head around how to do it. So the trucks are mine and the trailer's mine, but the mining truck is not. And yeah, these trucks I'm really, really super excited about because they're completely different to what I've built before. All the guard work's different, how everything attaches is different. It's a completely different shape. And what I like to do is all of my trucks are all the same scale and they're all the same length and they all hitch on at the same place, so all the trailers are interchangeable. All of the cabs are modular. The seats are retractable. The steering column is adjustable. It's got accelerator, brake, and clutch. And usually with the larger trucks, there's got a sleeper and a TV and pictures and lamp and all sorts of things inside it. But look, with the green one, I'm really looking forward to it. It just looks excellent to me in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone that's got the passion or everyone that builds in their style or what they build, when you start building something that you like more than what you're normally doing, it's going to be that much better, that much more detail, that much more fun doing it. So back to just, I guess, the real world picture of this, so it needs the two engines just to pull the weight of that. Is that how that works?
Correct. I guess if I was going to base it off a real truck, the truck wouldn't fit on the trailer. The truck would have to be carted without the wheels and without the bucket, and they would be on separate trailers. But otherwise, it would.
What's that motor on the trailer for?
Beg your pardon?
Is that a power functions motor here?
No. So on the front of on that back truck is a hydraulic tank.
Oh, okay.
Which runs the hydraulics for the trailer, or alternately it can be petrol or something like that. But the mining truck, which is on the back, is complete power functions. It tips, it moves forward and backward. It's got lights. It steers. The engine works. So it's a beautiful model, and I just hope that I can do it justice by giving it something to cart around on.
That's something that Rodman probably be into or could build a different version of for you.
Have you had much of experimenting with, I imagine those trucks with the flame work coming up the side, a lot of them have cool paint jobs on them. Have you done much experimenting?
Absolutely. So I think there's a picture of a white truck in there somewhere, or even the yellow one with the giant brick on the back. It's got some line work across the bonnet and down the side of the guards. So I've started playing around with that a little bit in stacking the different plates to make different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And with the yellow truck here, I've got the fade across. Yeah, that one. So I have started playing around with the different techniques to get the colors right. But I guess my initial sort of hope with these was to build a model that anybody could build with any part, and it would be relatively cheap to reproduce. That was kind of my original aim, but I've strayed from that a little bit.
Yeah, start getting more advanced. And another truck. Oh, go on. Yep.
I was just going to say also, I mean, I guess my original intention was to go with parts that are readily available, but with the Coke truck version 2.0, the whole interior is tan, and it was so hard to get parts for. In particular, the hinge bricks. So I used hinge bricks, and they're all tan, top and bottom. All the steering column is all tan. The seats are all tan. All the brackets, all the clips. Like, it was just so hard to get the parts for. And when I reproduce it, I'll probably just do it in brown or something like that.
Yeah.
And same with the chrome parts. Like, you obviously got a guy that you get chrome parts made for, or?
Yes. So I use a gentleman who has a shop called Chrome Block City, and it's an expensive option. And of course, I could just do everything in LB grey, which will keep the price down. But the chrome just makes everything pop.
Yeah. I just found as well. I got another question, but I just found more photos of.
Oh wow!
It looks like a Spitfire / Caterpillar.
Yeah.
So you can see there. You can see the work in progress, and you can see all the filler bricks in there. Now that tank is hollow inside, but it's just kind of got like a honeycomb inside just to keep all the tiles on top.
Mm-hmm.
But even like the end, there's a nice shot of the.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah. Even down to all the airlines and that too. Like, you haven't missed much detail, man. It's pretty.
So and even there, you can see that's got the old fifth wheel on it. You can see in that picture there, also BILSY, you can see that it's got a fridge and a freezer behind.
Yeah, the cabin. Look at that.
Yeah, so you've got your bed with your 2 pillows up behind there, and then there's a lamp. And then on the opposite side of that is a microwave oven and some cupboards and a TV. There, that's the front side, yep.
Mm.
And then even sort of since then, I've started progressing into making beds that are mosaiced beds and stuff like that. So
shake up your blanket and your sheets.
That's very clever.
So I guess back in the world of trucks, I guess one of the world's most famous trucks would be Optimus Prime. If you had to go to build that, or ask you to build that,
mate, I tell you what, there's a couple of things that I would love to do. Optimus Prime will be one of them, but another one that I'm really, really hoping to have a crack of is I want to do a camo army truck pulling some sort of tank on the back.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, obviously, you were talking before about using different techniques to get maybe flame work or something like that. If I do a camo sort of paint over the whole truck, I'm just it rattles my brain to try and figure out how I'm going to do it, but I'll make it happen.
Yeah, that seems like a struggle.
and to make it strong, and to make it sort of strong enough to withstand child play, which is another thing too. All of these trucks are pushed around by my 10-year-old, and when friends come around, and got little 6-year-olds pushing them around the lounge room and stuff. So they're plenty playable. And look, nothing's glued together. If they drop it, I just put it back together. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
I mentioned this to Sam, and Sam's in the chat, and he just said need to go bigger. He's obviously he builds a few trucks and stuff himself, and I said to him, I saw an orange cab truck the other day, and I said, you should pitch that to TNT. Have you ever thought about showing some like bigger truck companies what you can build, so that then they give you the budget to build something? You still get to build it, design it, but they pay for it.
Yeah.
So when I displayed the Coke truck version 1 at Brickvention in what year was it, Claire? Not last year, year before, I think it was, when I went to Brickvention, and I took the Coke truck down, and there was a rep from Coke there who said that they would take the photos back to the office or whatever. I think it'd be an excellent opportunity for a company to have something like that displayed in their main foyer of their main building or something like that. It'd be really, really cool. I don't know. I've never really looked outside that into that possibility. I've just sort of built them because I like the look of them, and I just got nowhere to display them because they're too big.
Yeah, no, because I'm just thinking, like, you look at this one, and it's like, that could be any company, any color that you see on the freeway every day, or something that they're known about their truck and their business. It's like, man, what company wouldn't give you a couple of grand to buy the parts and the time to build it for them? I mean, that's really, really marketing.
It's a big statement piece to have in your entryway to your corporate office.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think also it is an expensive investment for a company. I mean, you would have to be a minimum of $3,000 or $4,000 for the smallest for the truck you just saw, and then sort of up around the $6,000 or $7,000 to do the road train, because they're just not cheap to build.
So you reckon that's about $3,000? You reckon?
Is that just
I reckon
parts of labour that you're putting in that?
no, just parts, man.
That's what I thought.
Whoa!
Like it's just parts hungry. I mean, it's things like, and most of my trucks are built out of secondhand parts, and it's just things like, I mean, you look in that model there. I mean, there's something like 70 wheels per truck. You know, I mean, it's 70 wheels, 70 tires. So there's 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44. There's 46 wheels and 46 tires on that truck alone.
I would have thought wheels would be affordable though, because like for me personally, my box full of wheels is probably the one box I never go into.
Yeah.
So
Aussie 70 of the same one of that particular size. Because that's the thing. You start looking at trying to build these sorts of things, you never have enough parts, man. I'm with you. My Tui brewery, the brewery that I sold, had that was over $2,000 worth of parts in it.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, the thing is,
It adds up fast.
Absolutely. So I think typically you're paying anywhere between 60 and 90 cents per wheel, and then anywhere between sort of 40 and 60 cents per tire, and then there's excuse me, and then there's everything in between. Like it just adds up so quickly. And I guess the other thing,
So, pardon me.
That's all right.
Whoa.
Go on. I was saying Aussie Brickster last week was saying that he can't get rid of tires and wheels, so I'd be hitting him up.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that they've got to be the right tire and wheel, don't they? Because I'm sort of using the bigger dished wheel and a very specific tire, so and it fits with the scale of the truck too. I mean things like the windows, are super expensive. And especially if you don't go with the run-of-the-mill type window. So with this guy here, this one uses a clear glass, and the Mustang has this in its inventory, but it's the black glass. So getting my hands on the clear glass is going to cost me nearly $8 or $9 just for the glass.
So that's another question I was going to ask. When it comes to parts, other than you getting the custom stuff or the chrome stuff done yourself, what is the hard to find or the most expensive parts that you use very often that you need to use?
It'd be bricks. It'd be the bricks because the models are solid. So my filler bricks would be 2x4 bricks, and then on the outside 2x4 red bricks, 2x4 black bricks. Like they add up really quickly, especially if you're paying like 30 cents a brick, or something like that, 25 cents a brick, and there must be. I don't know. There must be 700 black bricks and maybe 1,200 red bricks in there. Like it's an absurd amount.
Yeah.
So on my bank account level, then let's go for something more like this one.
Yes.
Go.
I was going to say you could probably build that for about 70 or 60 or 70 bucks there.
Now we're talking. But what's the part count on this? Or have you made other smaller versions of your trucks yet other than this one? Or
Absolutely. So at the moment I'm going into my Lego folder. At the moment I have 15 small trucks.
Oh, wow. So,
and they're all very, very similar to the big trucks in terms of payloads and stuff like that. So you were talking about the brick one before, so I'm going to send another photograph to you.
Yeah.
And that one there.
I think I'm on a bit of delay with that. All
right, so let me see you another photograph. But yeah, I mean, look, the 6 wide models are super, super fun because they give you this sort of challenge of trying to build everything into a tight little space. And it's super, super rewarding when you pull that off. But the big trucks seem to just impress people, I guess. to some
what?
degree.
Now that I think about it, you're down at Brickvention, the year you were there, that was mine and Bill's first year. Were you in the middle of the halls against the wall?
I was, yes.
Yeah, I remember where you were now. I remember seeing it.
So I've just sent you through an image, Billsy, of another truck in it 6 wide, and it's got the brick on the back of it like the giant yellow one, but this is kind of a more affordable option for someone who wants to build it.
Yeah, see, that's cool. I'd build that.
and there's literally like there's 15 of them, and they're all unique in their own way. You know, there's I'm going to send you a photograph of another one.
Yeah.
That I was really impressed with, because this one was hard to build because of the color palette. So the color palette made this one the challenge, and that's just gone through.
Cool. And Pete's a fan.
Yes, got a lot of very nice friends up here.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, this one for you, Bilzer.
So the thing was, is that truck is actually really popular when I take it out because of the colors. It appeals to, you know, a lot of people, but it was super hard to try and make it work with what very small amount of parts are available in that color.
Yeah.
And that presents its own challenges and its own rewards at the same time.
That's very cool. That's like
it makes me want to eat marshmallows.
Yeah, it looks like I was thinking it's an ice cream truck of some kind.
I'm thinking ice cream too.
Yeah.
Well, my original thought process with that one was to emblazon the side with the breast cancer research on the side.
Oh,
that was kind of my original plan with that. I just hadn't got around to making sort of labels for it, but yeah. And then there's another one.
What about photos or designs you've got of disasters? Show us a disaster.
Oh, dude, I've got a disaster right in front of me, just here. So basically, with this one was I decided to give it. Oh, thank you, Phil.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. I'm spoiled.
Service.
So basically, I decided to rebuild the Coke truck. Now, the thing was, I wanted to make it user friendly, so I could sell some instructions for it. But what that means is that I've had to re-engineer it and re-engineer it and re-engineer it. And the thing is that when you've laid 3 or 4 bricks deep, and you know something like 12 wide and another 8 wide, it's hard to get that lump off to try and figure out what you've done wrong to try and fix it. So let me show you what that looks like at current.
Very detailed.
Okay. So what I've done with this one that's different to the others is I've made this one not only modular, but suicide doors on both sides.
Oh.
And inside as well, there's a clutch, accelerator, and a brake. And you know, it's an unfinished project, but we're getting there. So, and I've decided to taper off the nose so it's more in line with the with the front bull bar, and it's got a brand new bull bar and new lights and stuff like that. It's fun, and the new 5th wheel, of course. So it's a little bit more realistic as well.
Jesus.
Disaster.
So you it's kind of like you're contradicting yourself. You can't make a thing with instructions that's going to be that detailed and easy. You kind of like, you know, it's
no.
Yeah.
Now I am actually going to show you a disaster. My disaster is I've got 140 models on the go, and there they are there.
Oh.
And there's more over there. And so each of these models is a different model. Each of these bags is a different model.
Yeah, wow.
Far out.
So I've got too many projects.
All right, so we are at the end of the stream. Boys, got any other questions you want to ask or anything?
Well, I was going to set you a challenge. So Tesla announced they were doing a commercial semi-trailer truck. It's very smooth lines.
Yes.
Is that in the future?
Look, I tell you what, I would love to have some images and have a crack at it. But I guess the other thing is that I spend so long on the projects that I've got going. If I start another one, it's a massive slippery slope. So I really just got to dig my heels in and finally, you know, brick build all these models, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
If you do want to follow, most of Mick's stuff is on, of course, the Lego Trucking Facebook page, which just literally write Lego Trucking. It is a private group, but it'll take you 10 seconds to join and get in there.
Thank you.
Other than that, man, thanks for giving us a different view on something different we can talk about with Lego. You know,
thank you so much. And I'm sorry I spoke all the way through that, but look, guys, thank you so much for having me on, and it's a big pleasure to be amongst such talented builders. Thank you.
We'll take that.
It was a good insight into trucks. Thank you.
Yeah. See you later.